How's it going? I was thinking, I know there's got to be an algorithm out there that can just show me this card and show me this card floating around at an equal distance and show me all the cards. In fact, like the new game that's out, show me 10 tens, show me two twos, show me one ace. But is that per suit? I didn't say hot pursuit, but would that be per suit? You'd have 13 13s. That'd be 169 in the 13th house, 144 in the 12th house, 122 in the 11th house, 100, or what is CC, right? What is 11 by 11? 121. Did I say different? So you know what 121 is? It's CXX1. So that would be 3, 48, 51, 52. That's really ironic. I never looked at that before. Let me take a look at that again. I don't even know what I said. Oh, yes, I said C, X, X1, and C is the third letter, and X is the 24th letter, and X is the 24th letter, and 1 equals to a total of 3.27.51.52. The difference between Earth and Mars is that difference. 27, 24, 28, 23. Alphabet splits at 3 and 4. Singularity at 7 and 8. Everything I talk about, I'm going to stop right here for a minute. But everything I talk about, I can show you where it exists in games. Now, when it exists in games, doesn't mean anything. They're using that algorithm. The sun and the moon, okay, are aligned in the numerics I'm using. So if it doesn't fit somewhere in the system, I'll tell you. But everything fits because it's all numbers. So I was working on the 28-29 theory, and this will end at 336, and this will be 29 is 365. So if I run my pattern this way, and I start off my months 328s and a 29, and 328s and a 29, and 328s and a 29, and 328s and a 29. The total would be 84 by 4 is 320 and 16, or 32 and 16. So it'll be 4 times 84 would be 16 and 32. Communication through the 7th gate. 1 times 3, 1 plus 3. 3 and 4 equals to 7. 1 times 2, 1 plus 2 equals to 3, and 2 equal to 5. We connect 7, 6, 6, 7 to 55. 7 times 6. Let me see where I got to. I'm going to have to remove that background. So what we did here is, so what brought up this subject is, the question is 28 or 29, 28 or 29. So I'm working this on the leap year. I'll go 3 28s and a 29 to the moon cycle, 3 28s and a 29 to the moon cycle. So every 84 days, I add on a day. The thing is, right, if I add on a day, should I not be adding on with 6 days? Because that's how the cube works. It all adds on to the 2, 5, 3, 4, 1, 6. So I just add on the day, right? Because that's what's going to give me the 365. So what would be the 6? Every time you add on a 1, you automatically add a 6 according to the cube. Every time you add an 8 or you see an 8, it's automatically what is the 1. Every time you see a 4, it's a 2 and 2 crisscrossing corners connecting to what is the 2 air signs or the 2 fire signs. Seven and 3, 9 and 1. 1973 or 1973. No interference. The movement here is by 8. The movement here is by 4. From 3 over to 7 is 4. From 1 over to 9 is 8. Okay, so we got that for a better understanding, right? So would we add the 28th day, we'd run 1, 2, 3. I'd run this. This would be 113. 113. 113. What would it be? 84 over 28 is 13. And then you add the 1 is going to equal to 14, or you add the 28 equals to 112 equals to 112. Just give me a second. Okay, equals to 112. And then if you add the day, okay, equals to 113. So the 113, you can look at 2 ways, okay? This is what I was looking for. You see this over here? This is the 28-day cycle of the moon over here. 28, 28, 28 is 84. The last cycle we run 29, just like the leap year. I'm just looking for the understanding of 365, right? How they would actually put this together, right? You can't put the other apart. So what you're accumulating in every 28 days, you're accumulating 1 day. What is going on? Is it 1/3, 1/3, and 1/3? No, it's 1 quarter, 1 quarter, 1 quarter, and you add the quarter over here, or does it built over here and added in over here as the last one? So there's 4 extra quarters going on in here, right? There's 4 extra quarters to make up for that 113th day. So what makes up the 114th? That's the first day of the next cycle, 114. First day of cycle 2 begins at 114. So in this mannerism, the other thing about this is to note when you add 1 to 13 or A through M, and then you go A through N, right? One of them equals 105, which is A through N, and A through M equals to 91. The average is 7 by 13 in 91, and then this average is 14. So what is that? I never looked at that. A 14 is like a 7 is like a 6.85. I'm just guessing. Let me see what this is. 105 divided by 14, 7.5. Oh, I'm not very smart, eh? Because even if I did 1 through 15 equals to 120, right? 15 divided by 120, right? That's 8. And then if we add it up again, 1 to 16, it'd be 136, and it'd be 8.5. Look, 136 divided by 16, 8.5. If I put 17, it'll be 9. $153 divided by 17. Big number. Big number. Big number. So 153 equals to 17 by 9, which equals to 90 and 63. The ninth area of 7 is 63. The 21st area of 3. The 21st area of 3 is the completion of the cube. 3 by 21, 63, or what is 3 cubes? Whichever way you want to go. In the ninth house, completion, okay, of A, B, C, D, which is completion, it's C and then D. You need the C, and then all you need to do is add the D. That's it. A, B, C, and D. 1, 2, 3 equals to 6, and D4 equals to 10. Or we begin at 4, and then we end at A. And if that happens, this is the way it would look. If we did that, we take it from this game. Well, there's so many things I wanted to say. I might have made a mistake. Okay, now where was I going to go with this? I jumped off my own track thinking, let me look back. Yes, so every time we go up to the next number, how did I get all these numbers? When you add 1 to 9, it's equals to 45. If we add to 10, add 10, 55. If we go to 11, 66. To 12, 78. Now you go to 12, we have to stop. Things change. We have 13, fine. We have 12 zodiac sign, and we have 12 tribes. 1 between 2 equals to 3. The night moves. 1, skip 2, 1, skip 2, 1, skip 2, 1. Right? And the night moves. When the night moves, right? When the night moves, what happens? And also remember, 2, 4, 6, 8, 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. They're not the same. They're just not. You know, it's like weaving your pants. One goes up, one goes down. One is over, one is under. Right? Where was I with this? Oh, yes, the 153. Okay, so when I add up 1 to 17, instead of it being 1 through 16 is 136. You add 17 to 136, it equals to 153. You divide it by 17, it equals to 9. That's it. It's done. We're over. Q17 is that beginning. 153 is that reality. So is it the 153 fish they pulled out of the lake? What kind of fishing were they doing? Do the fish go to school as they swim in a school? You doing okay there, Denver? Yeah, you're okay there, Denver? Yeah? You're okay? You know, you're looking at me. What are you thinking? The dog's looking at me. What do you think he's thinking? You know, let's just get this picture off. We'll get back there in a minute, even if I lose my place, you know? What do you think he's thinking? Denver, can you understand me a little bit? Just a little bit. You know where we are right now, right? That's Bradley upstairs. He's cooking supper. You want to talk to me? So tell me you understand. Show everybody you really understand. So you're the canine. So K is Aquarius, okay? So that's the canine. So you're a canine, you're part of Aquarius, right? And you live in the pound key. Like you go to the pound, so they go where 9 lives. So why does K go where 9 lives? Why does K 2, 9, 11, 3, 8, 11, 6, 5, 11, right? Go to the pound key. Why do they go where 9 is? 1, 8, 2, 7, 5, 4. Why does 11 go over to 9? because they are born into the house. Communication, the doghouse. This is the way it becomes communication in the doghouse, 73. D and C, dog and cat. 3 and 4 is 7. 4 minus 3 is 1. 7 minus 6 is 1. You know you don't have to poo-poo. So your bark is louder than your what? Did you want me to slow down? Look at your buddy over there behind you. His ear is hurting, so I'm his doctor. Right? You can't be jealous of the doctor. I'm Dr. Fingertoe. So your third finger is your eighth finger, is your 13th finger, is your 18th finger. How many 18th fingers do you have? How many 18th? How many 18th? Should I say fingers do you have? Yeah, you have 2 18 fingers. And the same finger is the eighth finger if you're counting your toes. What are you doing there, buddy? You worrying that I'm patting his ear? I'm a human being. Who do you think's suffering between all of us right now? Who's doing the biggest suffering? Who's doing the biggest suffering right now? Okay, I think we're gonna have a big talk. We're gonna have a big talk. First of all, I'm thirsty. I'm thirsty. Just give me a minute. I'm thirsty. Are you thirsty? Okay, maybe I can concentrate now just a little bit more. What was going on here just a little bit more? Just give me a minute. I have a message. Don't even know if my phone's here or upstairs. Oh, here it is, right under the book. Yes, so where was I with this? Yeah, so when you count A through N like an animal, it gets to 105. And this cube, opposite sides are 7. There are 3. 3 times halfway through is 3.5. 3 times 3.5 equals 105. When you add A through N, it equals to 105. But it's more than that. It's just that the equator, the alphabet equator, okay, is at 13.5. Now, when you add in the alphabet shift, right, or realignment for a better understanding of the difference, okay, 13, okay, 0.5, okay, between 13 and 14. The alphabet shift, okay, moves the 13th into the 18th and the 14th into the 19th position. So what was M and N is still M and N, but now it's occupying, okay, the RS position. The RS position, okay, is going to occupy the 23rd position, right? The 23rd position is going to be R. And the 24th position, right, is going to be S, right? Now, it just so happens I found the design for this right on the piano. Now, someone has to timestamp this to make sure we got this organized, because I'm a bunch of disorganization. Here is where it is. Here is 7. Here is 6. Here is 6. Here is 7. Right here, this one here. All right, here is 6. Here is 6. See, they touch. 5 is over here. 5 is over here. 7 and 5 touch at the point. 6 overlaps. 7 and 5. 6 overlaps. 7 and 5. Now, the thing about this is R is 3 and 2, 5, right? So the 5 is going to be over here. This one here. Okay. The S is going to be here, the 24th one over here. S, right? This is the 6th position. 2 and 4 equals to 6. So that ST and U is also going to be in the 6th position. Instead of it being the value U as the 21st, right? The U is going to be the 26th letter of the alphabet. It'll now become the animal 2-6. I don't know why it says that to me. Something has to be wrong, but it shows at the end of the word animal, it speaks the word soul, AL, like an alchemy, right? But it's 2 13s equals to 26. It should be male. So something amalgamated in this crossing over from 1 through 12, spirit, into 14. You see the 14th one? That's over here. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, all the way to 26. But like I said, I'm talking in the realignment. So now we have R. What was going to be? What was going to be with R? Is V. Yes. V is going to be STUV is 27, right? But it's playing the 5th position. V and R in here. Here is R, S, T, U, V. V and R are playing the 5th position. You see over here, E over here is the 5th position. F, G, H, I, I, V could be Roman numerals for 6, right? They played in Levi's Stadium. 501 Levi's, right? 501 Levi's, Area 51 for Mars. The score was 29-23. Do you see this behind us, right? Where's the 29? I got to remember that. Just hold on a second. Okay, and I know I already lost myself somewhere. I said 29. I didn't want 29. Anyways, this one only runs to 7, 7 and 5 and 6, 19 at the top, 6, 7, 6. I spoke about the 55. What is the 7 and 6? 1 times 6, 1 plus 6 is 6 and 7. Is it important? Only the math is important, right? When you have 1 times 1, it equals to 1. When you have 1 plus 1, it equals to 2. When you have 6 times 6, it equals to 36. When you have 6 plus 6, it equals to 12. 36 plus 12 equals to 48. 36 minus 12 equals to 24. 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 equals to 3. 6 times 6, 6 plus 6. 4 and 8 is 12. 1 and 2 equals to 3. 66 or 11. 22 or 33 or 44 or 55. Every single one of them has its own story. They're reflective to each other. They mirror each other. They tell a story. But without your questions, what is the meaning of this story? Right now, it's only to feel, right? How you can see this perfect concept of a house we live. Why do I say a perfect concept of a house? Because I didn't create this. This is old. And I didn't create the calculator. And I really and truthfully designed this, but I designed this from what was already been designed on this planet through the algorithms, through the understanding of ABC. The movement of 1, 2, 3 is on an angle. The beehive chops everything in half, whole in half, and whole in half, and whole in half. Everything becomes a half representing the tetrahedron. The octagon will connect the tetrahedron by creating one octagon within an octagon. You can encompass the minimum of, I don't know, there's so many that you can overlap, but you can put an easy 4 tetrahedrons inside of it. I'm going upstairs for a minute. Here's that octagon. Just going to see my nephew. That's the tetrahedron. Sorry. Those are the hexahedrons, which could be the tetrahedrons, but that you have to flip them over. But these are more cube-like because the tetrahedron is really supposed to be the 120 angle. It's like opening up, you're closing them in. When you run a 45 angle, right, when you come to this corner, there's a straight line that goes across. There's one that will go down over here. This will not create the hexagon, this one over here, right? But because of the way this is made with that flat line at the top, that heart line, it does. And if you take a look, just look at this point over here, right? The yellow and the red, right? Over here, it looks like a fox. Think of it as the fox. This is the angle. It's that razor blade coming from the left and coming from the right, like a snowplow. Look at your phone. One way it moves by 4s, the other way it moves by 2s. 2244 or 24242. Number to the universe, dividing the 7th gate. Let's go up and see what's going on. It's only Bradley. He's not killing people. Bradley, the dog told me you're cooking dog. Why are you crying? Are you not crying now? You want to be loving you or you were scared to come out? Are you scared of me now? I'm the hell of Chris. I'm the original from Philadelphia. Call me Smooth. Well, you have more bread here if you want. I'll be up in what, 10 minutes? Okay, so if you take a look at the outline of this, 1, 2, there's a flat side here, 3, flat side here, 4, flat side, 5. And when you run up the other side, this is one piece down here, 6, 7, it's only 8. But inside are 4, 4, 4, and 4. Yeah, I can count it as an 8 by 8 bit, holding in how many of these to recreate this in what, 3 or 4D? I don't know what that is. I just know that what it tells me off the top. It tells me there's 4 of them. It tells me there are 3 sides that I can see. Times 4 is 12. Is it 12 o'clock? 12 zodiac signs. 12 on the other side. Don't worry about it. Just the enemy signs. Supper 1 was a snack. Going up for dinner in 15 minutes. I had myself the brown vegetarian meat from a chicken. That was used to be a plant, but it's not a plant anymore. God put a heart inside the plant and called it a chicken. And now that chicken's heart seems to be my heart, because my heart's just like a chicken. The chicken is number 53. 5 and 3 connects to 75. They call it the electronic moon. You may as well call it the electronic chicken. Got yellow feet for the chicken, number 2992. The duck has orange feet. That's number 60. 5 by 12 is 60. So this is how I look at things. I differentiate. Yeah, Bale, I tried to bring you up, but it seems like you popped off. Where was I? Yes, so inside this design, right, there's 8 on the outside. Then there's 12. That equals to 20. All right, the 3 sides you see, 6, 9, 12. And then the 8 lines on the outside, that's 20. And then the 1 here, right? You can look at that if you want as 21. You can also say this is 3, 6, 9, 12, and that's 13. You can also say, well, this is a cube, so it's got 6 sides, right? And 4 by 6 is 24. Now, you're going to just call this one, 4 by 6, 24, right? And then you're going to call this 1 and say it's 25, and then 8 on the outside for the encompassing lines. Well, how come I went 1D here, and I'm going this? Why would I do that? Why? Is it because it's a complete ring that only holds this inside of it? If you put something through a grinder, you can't have anything in the way of these 4 elements and the amount of area space it occupies. And that's a 3 by 3, 3 by 3, 3 by 3, 3 by 3. Since it's on an angle, what is over here? According to my work, it shows me there's nothing here. It could hold a bearing that makes all of this move. It can also be that you jump into this area space, and the only thing that occupies this area space would be you. Anyways, to end this, count this one as a 6 as well. I was going to count this one as a 4. If you count this as a 4, this is 28 for the 28-day cycle of the moon. So now if we count all the lines, how many lines do we have? Because that's another story. We have 3 in the 4 cubes. That's 12, right? And then we have 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 high. And then we have the lines on the outside. You count them as 2 or 1. And there are 8, 26, like the 26 letters in the alphabet. There's so many ways to look at it. But anyways, let's get rid of that design. We can see that I redid this to see why they did it. And you see this line here, I can stop here, but in reality, this line stops here because of this point. But I should be going further out and seeing where it reaches beyond. This one also, this is only in the house, but I need a guideline out here so I can reach upstairs. I want to see what's going on here by understanding what's going on here. Right, so let's get out of this picture. It's just that I'm going back up for dinner and I'm going to have to skip out and skip in since we're only 2. I think it's going to be easy for me to do this. So what is this? This is 7. This one over here is 13. 1 up to 7, over to 13, 14, up to 20, down to 26. The other way to count it is 1 over to 7, down to 1, then 1 over to 7, down to 1. That'll make 6, 7, 6, 13, 6, and 1, 7, and 6. 26 letters in the alphabet. If everyone had a value at 10, we can connect this to the Tzolk'in 260 day. And don't worry, we will, or someone will, because it's already been done. Because we know it already. It's been written. Is it real? Is it fake? Well, guess what? For those who believe, it's very real, and we can do that work. For those who don't believe, what's the difference? And for those who believe difference and can show the elements of the difference, I will be able to work those numbers as well. Again, A through Z, 1 through 9, and 0. If I start from 0 and count to 9, that equals to 10. But if I start and stop in 2 different area spaces, I may as well use the 2 numeric values. And since it's a duality in its numeric reality, although 0 goes nowhere and everywhere is everywhere, encompassed by the duality of 1 and 9, encompassed within 10 is 2 digits within itself. So therefore 1 and 9 is that 10, 2 and 8 is that 10, 3 and 7 is that 10, 4 and 6 is that 10, 5, 5, 5, 5, 20. T minus and counting. All the gateways ready to open. That 1, 9, 10, fire and fire, Sagittarius and Aries. 2, 8, 10, right? But does A go anywhere without B? Because if A goes without B, it goes with H. Not because I said so. Because it said so. But it's not that it's H, it's F. It's F and it's F, but FF is an H. Awake and asleep, awake and asleep. 7 all the time, but guess what? 7 of 9, 7 of 9. So if you're looking at 7 of 9, 7 of 9, off and on, O-I-I-O-S, O-S, I-O. Computers, how do they work? The machines, how do they work? Is it plumbing? Is it electricity? Is it memory? Computer terabytes? Terabytes. What is Earth? Why did they call it as a terabyte? Is it the USA or is it a USB? You know, it's funny the way they talk about certain words, and they can say G and H is 7 and 8. They're in singularity. Can you say the ghost is the host or the host is the ghost? You know anything about the singularity? So instead of just going A over to G, you're going to go AB over to G because it takes CG for your first link connect, the 2 air signs, C and G. Right? We can almost eliminate this whole area over here. And when we do that, we put a bar here, creating the A letter because it's separating from 1 and 2. We only begin at 3. That's the only place before 1 passes through 2. See this? That's number 2. That's number 3. That's number 4. That's number 5. But here, go through here, go through here, go through here, A, C, E, and into G. G passing in, coming back into E, C, and back into A, and then coming up through this gateway. "26 letters in the alphabet." Let me wind myself a little bit backwards. I want to see it before I go up. I want to finish with this piece before I go back for my next dinner. What is this? There's been a lot of discussion online, right? What is the calendar supposed to look like? And it kept going into my mind, what can we possibly do? So I came up with this scenario. 3 years in a leap year, 3 years in a leap year, but instead of years, I did it in months. The 28-day moon cycle. Here's a regular cycle, right? This would include 2 Mars moons and an Earth moon. But somehow I'm thinking that this should be 26 and this should be 26. Something doesn't seem right. But I'm just going to leave them all at 28s. The reason I'm trying to figure out what that reason I'm saying this is, I need to arrive at the 91st day. 13 by 7 arrives at the 91st day. Just got to remember that. What is that? That's April 1st. 4 and 1 is communication, 410. Home king, 6 times 5, 30. 6 plus 5, 11. 11 and 30 equals to 41. 11 minus 30 equals to the sacred 19 plus 9 equals to 28. See, the deck of cards ends on 13. I don't know why I look very fuzzy in here, right? Today, not a very good. I don't know if it's the white in the room, the pixels that are like in my paint in my place. I look much different than this. Like, no, I don't even look good here. Look how bad I look, right? Because, anyways, so yeah, we were speaking. Let me take this off. So, anyways, we're designing at 328s, 84, and then 29. 328s, 84, 20. So when we're finished, we have 4 by 84 is 336. That's 12 moons. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, right? 84, 84, 84. 4 by 84 is 336. 346, 356, 365 with one of them. Okay, so should I be putting this here and only having one every single year? I'm just trying to figure out how that would work out, because if it ends, it's supposed to end over here. But if every day comes on a new breath, then instead of putting 84 here, right, what would we do here? How many more days would we have to put here? I have to put 7 here, 7 here, 7 here, and 7 here. Eliminate this. What this would associate with the 7 is when there is a birth 1, the extra point, there will be a 6 associated with it. So instead of what is the 29, okay, is actually just another 7 days that will get added on instead of the 29, equaling to 91, 91, 91, 91, and then we get the 364. What is that? We're the 7th day by the breath of the extra point. That 29 becomes 7. 29th day of February. I'm just trying to put a few things together. Does this mean I'm changing things around? No, it doesn't. I'm just trying to think and explain number 9 and 19. When you talk about number 19, right? Number 19 is an association of 10 and 9. Yes, you can say yes. Everybody knows it's an association of 10 and 9. It's an association of what? Is an association of 1 and 9, Aries and Sagittarius? Or is it Sagittarius really with 10? So, now, if it was 10, it would be 1, 0 or 0, 1. If you go 0, 1, that's two elements right away. That's element 1 in the 0 position and element 2 in the first position, which is on each side of element 0. When you take out a compass, you have each side element 0. Would that be what is 1 is 0, but you found both sides of it encompassing it to each side? Is that what it speaks about? Are they talking about this? They put this dot in here and they make a circle around it, and then they go A, B, C, D, and that equals to 10. But instead they go A, instead of going A, B, C, D, they go A, C, because B is in half space. They go A, C, and they flip it over. They go A, C, but instead of A, C, A, C, what is A here is I here. What is G here? What is C here? What is A here? Here, I'll give you a replica. This is the replica. Odd numbers to the corners, even numbers on the inside, separated by 6, 6. See, the odds are separated by 6. The next odd number, the low and the high separated by 6, low and high by 6, low and high by 6. If I had to jump to 10, it'd be 6. If I had to jump to 11, it'd be 6. If I had to jump to 12, it'd be 6. All the enemy signs. We already know 1 moon and 2 moons. This is the way I look at things. 1 moon and 2 moons. Singularities of each. But to complete, when you have something, when you want to complete it, 1 is completed. If I take away 1 from 9, it equals 8. If I take away 2 area spaces from 9, it equals 7. If I take away 3 area spaces from 9, it equals 6. And if I take away 6, it equals 3. I take away 3, it equals 6. I take away 4, it equals 5. I take away 5, it equals 4. I take away 4, it equals 5. 5, 4, 4, 5, 5, 4, 4, 5, 6, 3. Did you follow me? That's it. There is no 7 and 8. It doesn't happen. The cube ends. It ends. 7 and 2 backwards is completion. 7, 2, 8, 1, but 7, 2 is the completion. You need 6, 3. 6, 3, 7, 2 completes the 7, 2, 6, 3 air sign to Earth. 7, 2, 7 air, 2, 2 Earth, 3 air, 2, 6 Earth. Completion in 7, 2 Mars in 1, 8, the Earth, lunar, moon to the 2 moons of Mars in the gateway of creation. 7 and 8 is singularity. 1 and 2 and 7 and 8, when you remove them, and we already have a separation. We already have a separation. I'm going to show you this in a second. Coming. Yeah, coming up right now. Okay, I'm going to show you this here. I'm going up for dinner. Okay, I'll show you this. I'll finish this. Remember what it is. You'll see what's going on because we willed the numbers here. We cut everything up. The moons are ecos, not real solids. It's okay. We'll talk about that when I get back. Let's see what I can put on here. Let power up the sun. Wow. Wow, you put an extra smell in there. Wow, I like it. Oh, if you put it in, you're going to be totally expensive. I did told you about something. Right? Think of putting out tonight for a while. We're going to make a prayer. What day is it today? Yeah, prayer. You're going to want to order tonight. Okay, prayer. Wow, this really smells restaurant. Wow. But I'm going to, you want to come on the fantasy? Oh, they didn't finish it that part. That part. Wow. And they say food better when you eat the lights on. They also say it's better when you don't watch TV, but I like Smallville. Yeah, what series is it? Smallville. But this is 20 years old. What? This is 20 years old. Yeah, it is 20 years old. The first season was 25 years ago. Oh, not upstairs. So we had trouble with other bathroom upstairs, not that. So, well, we had trouble with kryptonite, eh? Yeah. I always thought it sounded like Frank's knife, you know? Yeah, I'll be about 15 minutes, but I just wanted to say Superman and Kryptonite. Okay, so Christ and the night, the movement of the night is 1, 2, like the feminine, and it goes all around the 5, which is the power stations. These power stations, that sun, these magnets represent Bet and Vet in the house. Oh yeah, that's what I wanted.
Wow, that's a very loud breath. Is it a garlic roll? Yeah. Are you gonna put it on small oil? Yeah. That's good. Yeah. What do you call it? Hi. You know, they go, and very overcooked or a little overcooked? My favorite. I think it's good. Have you been before? Or not this one? No, Normally Lois was the film academic. Very well. It's not really happening. No, no, it's going crazy. I could have not had time. We need a cookie. The flavor beer was all my idea though. Well, we needed, there was no food, but we were running around. This is not happening. This is. Your idea for the more micro? No. Micros are always pretty good. Yeah. That means shovel buggy driveway? Yeah, they have people. So tomorrow, right? I can go home late early, like if you want to stay a little bit, I'll watch the dog and do whatever time. I'm not gonna be around, but no, I know, but they, whatever time you want, probably does. I'm going home anytime, and that's up to you. And you're going to school, right? What? You're going to school? Yeah. So you're going home from school by about 4 or 5 o'clock? Yeah. Okay, so go home at 5 o'clock. Hey guys, if you're not into the ground today, all you jump up into the park, they go take a snack to the tank, I don't know what that is about. Don't look like that. Saw that, hey, I got one of the tanks there. Wait, and you saw the whole thing, right? You saw it up there, you go down there, right? And it knows exactly what time, we take turns. Wait now for a few minutes, you're gonna be here?
Okay, guys, come on down. We're doing the cookie. Oh, I think I left something upstairs. Hold on. Yeah, I know the channel's a little blank. When no one's here, how you doing? Just give me a minute. How you doing, 369? Just give me a minute. I'll be back in a minute. What happened to my jacket? Oh, my feet are so cold. What if you had a harness? It would look like pull me up. I put it on your back and pull me up. Would you be good at it? I think Ozzy would only want to do. I think Ozzy should do it. Put this here. Put this here. So someone was up before I was speaking about 1, 2, 7, and 8. Are you still here? I took off for 15 minutes. just going to talk about a bunch of anomalies. CXX1, 121. If it was in the alphabet, it would be 3, 24, 24. And then the I, right? Oh, let me just change this for a second. Let me just see something. I1 versus 1 equals to 9. This is the wrong answer. Just give me 1 second. This is not 52. But as I spoke earlier, the A letter is very peculiar. The 9 and the A, we can use it as 1, we can use it as 9. There is 9 itself is a combination of all that fits within. It's a 1 8 2 7 3 6 4 5. There are 8 numbers. It's 1 and 1/8 times 1 and 1/8, 8 times 1 and 1/8 to create it. So this is going to be 60. So I'm going to put this up at 60. And then this is 3 and 24 and 24 and 9. I just want to reverse the alphabet. 24 and 3 and 3 and 1. Okay. What happens in this instance, right, of 121, 11, 11, it inverts. It inverts. To 24 is 3, 24 is 3, 24 is 3, 1 is 9, 31 perhaps for the 31 days. 31, 13, 31 is electric. 13, 31, 13, okay, is moon. In this situation over here, 1 and 1, perhaps Aquarius. Is there a 66th what? Is it 66 in the constellation? What's located there? I don't know how the constellations work. What would be the 66th part of the constellation? What is a constellation, by the way, anyways? What is the 66th constellation? Okay, I gotta go. My father's on the phone. I'm gonna come take a look.
And noodles, we're very good at sausage too. I'm a very good sausage noodle. Always. Yeah, go back down. Bye. Okay, they think it's you, eh?
I know. Dogs are out. Okay, so where are we? It seems like I'm when there's no questions. Sometimes I just, anyways, no excuses for anything, right? One and one Aquarius turns into one and two Pisces, or is it Aries and Earth and Fire? Maybe it's not supposed to be there, right? Maybe one and two is not supposed to be there. Maybe it's Aries that creates. Maybe it's Aquarius that creates Aries and Taurus. 1 times 1, 1 plus 1, right? Inside the pool, inside the fish. So 1 is the reflection of 6. 1 gives the light to 6. 6 times 6, 36. 6 plus 6, 12, plus 36, 48. 4 and 8 equals to 12. 1 and 2 equals to 3. There's a singularity with 1 and 2. And the singularity matches up with 8 and 7. Where do I find this information from? Is it true? Is it fake? Is anything I do, where is the reality of the work I present to you? Is it real? Where can we use it? First, let's just understand the numbers. Let's take it one step at a time. Let's not go too far. Right? There's a lot that I know numerology. I know numerology. I hear it all the time. I know about the zodiac. I know about this. But it's the numbers themselves. I just want to look at the numbers. I want someone to tell me about number 1. Everything. Right? The second letter is B. The K is the 11th letter. 1 and 1 is 2, but they say don't reduce the 11th letter. Why should we not reduce K? Can we not reduce the K because of the 9, K9? Is it because of 2? Right? Is it because we have 2,900 likes besides that? And 2 and 9 is 11. Why? Why? Someone has to tell me why. I keep finding these little bits and pieces of information of why and why not, or the differences. But what does it mean? I found it myself. It means something to what? Just to put up into the filing system. It's good for somebody else. How does electricity work? Is there cancellation? I mean, I flick the switch, it goes on. I flick the switch, it goes off. Thank you. You guys just come in from the outside? Oh, you look mad at me. You look mad at me. I don't play enough with you, eh? Are you happy about that or no? Because you don't bark all the time. Hey, John. You're not a girl. You look like a girl, but you're not a girl. They're both at work. You know what they're doing? They're licking their clanum. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't have ears like you. It hurts when you bark. What is it like to another dog? You just have to bark so loud that the other dog, like what they can't hear, or they could hear. I mean, I don't know. I don't know dog language. I really don't. I know you get huffy when I talk to you. You're gonna turn your sound off if you're too loud. Go back in the bed. Go now. Denver, go in the bed. You can go in the bed. You don't need me. You don't be scared of Ozzy, okay? Is that okay? Yeah? It's okay? You remember who I am? You remember who I am? We went for a walk before? Yeah, you forget all the time? But you must know who I am. Do you remember my face? I thought you had facial recognition in your eyes. Isn't that what they made you for? You looking funny at me. You looking funny at me. We have work. People are waiting. We're talking internet. You remember when they set this up in Tartaria? Yeah. There you go. Okay, back into the bed. Okay. Let's get a little serious here. Can you come on the other side? I need this hand to draw with. You know? This guy over here, I don't know if you can see this guy over here. No, it doesn't let it go through the... Okay. This is red and red. Give me 1 minute. Okay, so let me see where I'm going with this next. Yeah, I had to check for a message. Just want to see what happened over here, right? Denver, you're a good boy. I know. I don't know if you want to go to the bathroom, but you already went outside. You went outside, didn't you? So now you're sitting here. I'm looking you right in the eyes, but I don't know what you want. Come here. Come here. Sit. Shh, sit. So I'm patting your ear. What is it about me patting your ear? Your throat. Do you want me to pat your throat? Are you the king? You don't want me to pay attention to anybody else, eh? You don't want me to pay attention to anybody else, right? It's okay. Okay, so just 1 second. I'll get with this in a second. 21. Go out. Go out of the room if you're going to be like that. You ate a whole bag of cookies. I didn't say one word when you ate all the cookies. They're all gone for the whole month. Gone. Because you ate them. You took them off the counter. It was your fault. You want to scream at me? I'm not screaming at you. I'm just telling you the truth. There's no cookies left. Don't complain to me. It's not my fault. You ate them all. I don't have to watch you all the time. You want to eat them? You just go ahead and eat them all. What's the difference to me? I'm only buying one every 2 weeks, and I'm not even buying them for you. Your boss is gone. I'm just taking over. I'm just helping you out, you know? You know, you just want to just take over, you know? Everything for you. Who are you, you know? Are you the part of the ego, right? I think it's the D-ego. I think you're Diego, like the dog, you know? That's why you're into Diaz, and they call you the canine. We have to watch out for you, 9/11, right? I know about you. I know about you. Big bark, right? Just one big bark. You sound like all the others who built the ark. You know, Noah floated on the seven seas, right? Didn't he? Yeah, that's it. Just that's it. Go to sleep there, kid. There you go. I talked my way out of it, you know. I talked my way out of it. One down, two down. Okay, let's get back to this order over here. Is it here? Oh, we can do this also. Okay. I was just looking at what it does, just for myself. Right. I'm just trying to look together to see what it does. Usually you can put 8 around each other, right? 8 times 9, you can put 72 numbers. Let me just show you one item like that, right? It's not going to be this one. I'm not going to do this one. Okay, I'm not going to work on that one. It's this. You can put around one area space, if you look at the center, right? If you look at the background center, let me see if we can get it. See here? I put 8 all the way around here, and then 16, and then 24 all the way around. I'm trying to figure out which. Yes. So imagine, instead of just thinking of that of one square spot, right? Imagine instead of thinking of this purple spot in the center as just a spot, think of it as all the 9 numbers in that area square, and think of it as a block. Imagine if each one of these blocks were blocks themselves, right? But this is a minimum size board. If it wasn't a minimum size board, I would multiply 88 by 6. Is 480 and 48, 528, which is 262. Is that right? Which is 131. Is that right? 262, 524, 480 and 48, 524. So 48 is the rim, right? 48 is the rim. It's this cube over here, right here in this corner. There's 3, 6, 9, 12 in every single corner. There's 12 parts to the rim in every corner. There's 76. Let me see, did I get that right? Is it 70? No, it can't be 76. 76. 36 and 12, because there's 48. It's 36 and 12, right? 6 times 6, 6 plus 6 equals the rim. And let me see this, right? Now I'm trying to figure out what's under the rim. What will equal to 40? 1 times, 2 times, 3 times. Two times 26 equals to 40. If I go 26, okay, 26 equals to 2 times 6 equals to 12. 2 plus 6 equals to 8. 8 and 12 equals to 20. Okay. So, okay. Oh my God, Cynthia, I didn't see you were here. Hold on. I'm backing up. I wasn't looking at any of the comments because I was, okay, let me back up, see where we are with this whole thing. And like I said, let me get back to this. Each one of these cubes, okay, can have 6 sides. So if you have 8 cubes surrounding one, right? If you have 8 cubes, but don't even look at that. This whole cube, imagine if it was Rubik's cube, just replace it at that this area space, if it was dimensional, it would be 27, and that would be square. But imagine the whole thing would be square here. You know what that means? That this is a 13 by 13 by 13 is what it would have to be. So 13 is 169 by 13 is what? I don't remember what that is. 2197. 2197. 67. Well, this purple one in the center, that's 7. The red going around, okay, is 6. It's 6 areas to make it to the center. I'm going to have to put this down so I can put this up here. It's 6 areas to go from here all the way to here, then here. The borderline of this is 48. It's 3 here, 3 here, 3 here, and 3 here in squares. Then after that, you're going to have 4, 1, 4, 4, 1, 4, 4, 1, 4, 4, 1, 4, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 32 teeth. This over here is the train track. Now, the split in your teeth, do we talk about this or we talk about this? Where's the even split in these teeth here? Right? Is the even split here? Why are the teeth bigger on the top than the bottom? Right? Over covering other teeth. I'm not going to look at it in this. One of the reasons is because of the angling this way. When you run this way, it overlaps 1.5 times this angle than running straight up and down. Another thing, I wish I can run, paint on this, right? Because if I was able to paint on this, well, I could have had my phone. I would run, you see this? In order to create this spot in the center, I change subjects so fast, right? In order to create this spot in the center, you know what happens? I'm going to put a circle right here. I'm going to take my protractor and go around here. And take my protractor and go around here, here, and then here. And then I'll be able to have this area space. Otherwise, if I want this area space, I put my protractor here and go around. In this instance, this is one board, this is one board, this is one board, this is one board. When I spoke about the calculator, 45, if this calculator was every single one of those squares, right, it'd be 88. It'd be 88 by 45. It'd be 3960. $25,920 divided by 45, or actually divided by 4.5. What is 4.5? When you add up 0 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, 5, 6. If you add up 0 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, it's going to equal to 45. 9 plus 8 plus 7 plus 6 plus 5 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1 plus Jimmy. You know what Jimmy has? Jimmy doesn't have any money, but Jimmy's still in the group. So there's 10 of us over here. You see when you count down to the last 2, we got 10. When you add it up, it equals to 45. When you divide it by 10, it equals to 4.5. When you divide it, I don't know if this is this gonna work out? Divided by 25,920. 25,920 divided by, 25,920 divided by 45. That's what the average of 10 is. That's the Great Pyramid. Does anybody know what 5760 is? 5760 is 4 days of 1440 minutes. It's also equivalent, okay, and divisible to the year 2000. The Hebrew year 5760 is the year 2000 in the spirit of 76. The reverse of those numbers will take you to the golf course, 4, 3, and 5. They're going to be 2 par 3s, 2 par 5s, and 5 par 4s. The year 5760, everybody called a reset and the 000, and all of a sudden, roulette came out with a 000. So what is 36 and 1 roulette, single zero? What is roulette, 00, 38? What is roulette now? 39, right? It begins in 3, it ends at 9, 1 between 2 equals to 3. The fabrication of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, 7, 8, 15, 1 and 5 is 6. The singularity of 1, 2, 7, and 8, because 1 and 2 are the only times it happens, it goes into 3. So if 1 and 2 are singular, does it mean 7 and 8 have to be singular? What I'm saying is, in this instant, that if I remove 1 area, you will have 8 left. If I remove 2 areas, you will have 7 left. But if I remove 3 areas, you will have 6 left. If you remove 6 areas, you will have 3 left. 3, 6, 6, 3. And now we're going to do, if I remove 4 areas, you have 5 left. If I remove 5 areas, you have 4 left. Now if I remove 6 areas, but now you'll ask me, why don't I remove a 7th area? 1 between 2 equals to 3. That's where we begin. You enclose at 7. Your first air sign is Gimel Gamma, 7 over to 3, 7 over to 2. No matter where I'm from, no matter what I do, to avoid putting anything on the floor that I should put at the edge of the table, my whole set of bamboozled bunches of stuff that falls into these little tiny holes. Like, not only is it bad enough that it fell down, but it fell down and all over and inside. And oh my God, even in the coffee, I think. Well, now, what was I doing? Yes. So, 1 and 2 and 7 and 8 are singular. I have to see where I was with this. Oh, yes, that 7 and 2 equals to the 9.
I didn't understand.
That 7 and 2 create that 9. I'm trying to see. Yes, and I need the 7 and the 3, okay, in order to create the air. The thing is, I now have Sagittarius with the 9th sign. I have Capricorn with the 10th sign. So I have Sagittarius with the 10 sign. So it's working out in this. Oh my God. I'll show you what I have to pick up. So yeah, so over here. See, 1, 2, and 7, 8 go to singularity. That's this T in the road over here. Right. I'll take this off for a minute. You see, 7 goes over to 2. 7 goes over to 3. After the death before the Christ, communication BC. 7 and 2, 9, 7 and 3. Why do I need this? I need 1 between 2 equals to 3. I cannot begin until I reach 11, right? That's where 2 and 9 will reach 11. I'm going to show you what this says in a minute, okay? 7 and 3 is your first air sign. If we need this to begin, why did I go back to 2? I have to take a look what the reason was. Yes, I go back to 2 for this reason that 7 and 2, how can I say it? 7 completes 2. That's why I come back to 7 and 2 at the end. You remember I went 1 and then 8 areas, 2 and then 7 areas. You see, it's the 2 here, 7 and 3, 2, 9 and 1, 2. That's that 2, 4 and 6, 2. It's all the combinations that bring all your elements together. Fire, fire, air, air. But when this fire meets this fire, we have not completed yet, even though the birth will be here in 9. We have not completed the air sign 1 between 2. We need the earth sign to come in with the fire sign to resolve here in the mutable. That we create the air, but air came in here in Hebrew. It's the Gimel Gamma 7, and to create 7, it's the 313. It seems like the 7 breaks down. There's a 313, there's a 33, there's a 323 inside of 8 communication. All these numbers will repeat 8. So if you're ever looking at duplication, 8 times 8, 8 plus 8 equals 80 equals 8. 5 times 5, 5 plus 5 equals 35 equals 8. 2 times 2, 2 plus 2 equals 44 equals 8. 5, 2, 2, 5, 11, 8. This one here creates 7. I shouldn't have done this one. Hold on a second. 22, 44, 22, 88, 77, 88, 88, 88, 88, 88, hold on, 88. Okay, so what happens is the cube is completed. This is 1 and 8. So I have 2 of them, I got 1 and 1. The 5 is here. Other side is a 2, I got 2 5s, I got 2 2s. What's the 4? The blank space, the white space, right? The 5 4 and the 4 5. The 5 has 4 blank spaces in between 1 3 7 and 9, and in between 1 3 7 and 9, and in the center, just like the 6 and 3. 6 and 3 reverses to 4 1 5, right? And then you have 4 5 reverses 2 2 3. Beta communication 6 7. 6 times 7, 6 plus 7. We'll unite these numbers 1 2 3 4 in the time. Just give me a minute. I'm sort of going slow tonight. So when I spoke about 7 and 2 and 7 and 3, it's that 7 and 3 comes together and finishes its formation with 2. And this is how we can invert our last 9, but not to return to 1. 1 returns only within 3 because it's our breath. Now, is it an air wave, an air sign, anything to do with air? Air is number 28. So there's a lot of combinations to look at what's going on with the numbers. Where were we in here next? So I showed you this singularity. The 2 2 is your 7 7. Your 8 8 is your 1 1. So Aquarius is in singularity. But because Aquarius is going to be created through 2 9, again, singularity. 3 8, there's a singularity. 4 7, closing the gate. But 4 7, what's next? 5 6, duality. That's where it begins. The duality is within 5 6. Is it within 5 5? 5 5 is also duality within it. But with 5-6, the 5-4 gets you the feminine, the 6-3 gets you the masculine, the 6 and 3 is the same bridge. It bridges it together. Just give me a minute. I'm going to get some more water. And I'm just going to see if I lost a.
No, the leader of girl's girlfriend. I don't know, I'm blanking on them. I'm gonna go find this anyways. I got a full customer pipeline, I'll tell you that. Ooh, I didn't know, I know exactly what you guys do. Yeah? Next week or 2 weeks. It's probably gonna go, it's gonna go, this is also my app coming in. So the same deep talker as you. Yeah. The two of us play. Yeah, this is only coming in next week though. And then I have sun-dried tomato and the salmon. Right? It's supposed to be served by the salmon. I know. I actually have salmon that I got in last week and it was so good. Yeah, he's gonna. What a waste of time. I don't have to deal with sending codes every week either.
Okay, I'm back. Trying to keep up. What is this? Row A ends at 34. Row B ends at 35. Row C ends at 36. D is a relink at A. E is a relink at B. C is a relink at 3. $37, $37. $37, $37. But when I come back to this one over here, right, to B, I will go 36 plus B2 equals to 38. When I come back here, I will go 36 plus C. This one is bringing me back to the beginning. Okay, I'm going to show you here. Here's 1. It ends at 34, equaling to 35. Here's 2, ending at 35, equaling to 37. Here's 3, ending at 36, equaling to 39. 36 and 1 crossing equals to 37. 3 and 34 crossing. Let me see, did I write that properly? Yeah. 3 and 34 crossing is 37. 2 and 35. So they meet right over here in the fixed signs. Mutable, fixed, cardinal. Same thing. If we don't look at it this way, you might want to look at this, because this fits into the entrapment as well. I'm just looking for the picture that goes along with it. Yeah, guess what? I'm trying to remember what it was. That's why I need people just watching, because sometimes I don't remember. Just want to see what this says. All right. Okay. I was looking for the roulette. The roulette that way. The roulette. That's the roulette. Okay. Remember the floor. I need the floor. Okay. So what I'm talking about is right here. Right over here. There's 13 numbers before we run into the moving parts. It stops here. Once you get into 14, 15 is inside the mutable. Fire signs begin. 5 by 3, 15. Electric company begins over here. Look at that. It looks like 80. And then we come down over here, right? See, with the first half of the board, it ends between 1 and 16. And then the second half of the board, and then it goes on from 19 to 34. And that is in the cardinal. So cardinal, I think cardinal, ordinal, alchemy. The next one is going to end up with in the fixed house. And this house is going to be 2 and 17. And we restart at 20 over to 35. So it's 2828. And then we run that in next. We are going to, did I do that? Okay, that's good. And then we're going to get on to the mutable. And the mutable runs from 3 over to 18 and 21 over to 36. And those are your basic setups between the lower and the upper. Now, if we are going to meet at the heart of 18, then we will have to be starting off what would be 11. Let me see, hold on. If we meet at the heart of 18, what's that 18? 9 before, 9 after. So it'll be 10 through 18. And then it would be 19 through 27. So it'll be 1 through 9 would be one part of the equation. And then 20 8 through 36. It's funny because 2, 3, and 4 equals to 9. 1, 3, and 5 equals to 9. 28 and 36. 2 and 8 is 10. 3 and 6 is 9. So we're not counting the last 9 and the first 9, but we're counting the 18 in between. But anyways, to reset the alphabet resets at 631, which is like 1831. And it's a play of words, which means F6 and Z31. And if this was really the clock on the wall, it would be 391 minutes. 3 seasons, 3 sets of spirit. 1 through 13 equals to 91. And just 631 is when you have 31, 13, 31, it's 75. These 1, 3, 1 movements, the male movement, the movement between 1 and 3, or anything that seems like it is like it, 3 over to 2, 1 over to 2, it just has that fine line area space, but it's not the only one that has that gap. And I'm just trying to think, is there a possibility that doubling up 1 equals 2, but 2/3 of 3 equals to 2, equaling that 3 is 1/3. 3 itself is a whole of itself, and 1 and 3 come together as a 3-to-1. How can I say this? Yeah, the house is 1/3 and 2/3 equaling to 3 parts. So how can I say it so it's understandable? Okay, maybe I can write this down. Yes, so this piece over here of 36, it's uncanny that just by putting 36 numbers out of a regular game of roulette, that the artwork is identical. And it's showing you that in each wherever the 5 shows up to a single digit, 5, 14, 1 and 4, 5. Over here is 23, 2 and 3, 5, 32, 3 and 2, 5. Is there a 41? Yeah, we can have a 41 if we come back over here again. 41 here, 50 here, 55, 60, right? Here's 5. Here's 14, right? Here's 23, 32, 41. Then it's 50. Then it's 59. Then it's, right? What's after that? What did I get that right? Did I count that right? 59. Hold on a second. 5, 14, 23, 32, 41, 50, 59, 68. The house planet, right? The house planet resides in 5. I'm going to be back in a minute. House planet is 68, right? So it's 5 and 14 and 23 and 32 and 41 and 50 and 59 and 68. So in the 8th house, see, that's the thing. There was also a calculation today. There's a difference between the 8th house, the 7th house, and the 9th house. Cardinal, fixed, mutable. If we stop the last house of its kind in that zone. You haven't been looking at the comments at all. Elamia and Zeus are up late tonight. Oh, it's only 10 o'clock. Oh, 3 moons, 3 suns, 1 self. Yes, makes sense. Yes. I'm not sure how it works with the suns, but I'm not sure how it works with anything on some days, right? But I like to look at these bet. We're leaving the house of bet, right? The elements are in the water, alphabet, and control. These are the controllers. This is not the controller. This is our birth from the oceans, the mother. Everybody can say what they want, right? I'm just bringing to you what comes out of games. Yeah, because there's a day and a night, right? There's three parts, right? There's the day and the night, right? And then the rotation of the three parts, you rotate 3 1 3 1 3 1. The tetrahedron also has a base. So there is four, but it's a 3 1 3 1 3 1 3 1 4. Never all four at one time. And also, when you get to 3, 4, and 5, there are 2 3s, there are 2 5s, and there are 5 4s. That's what it is in golf. 78. Oh my God, I'm so far behind. Whoa, I just jumped over a bunch of stuff. Yeah, I'm pretty slow. I got to do 3 things at once. Great light at night, I see, I say, I know you're on your way. 1428 divided by 31. So what is 3174.6? 3174. JL Jesus Q random divided by 45. So let me mark that down. This, that, the other thing. 25,920 divided by 4.5. All right, let me see. I want to do this again. 25,920 divided by 4.5 equals 5760. So 5760 is what is that divided by? Oh, yeah, it's 1440. I don't want to divide it by that. I need to divide that by, so 5760 is what is 4 days of 1440 minutes. That is what that number arises to. 7 and 11, 18, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7, yes. 18 rabbit, yes. 2, 4, 6. It's 6 and 12 rabbit. I like that even better. RABBIT. The B and T are all 2s. The I is a 9, right? The A is a 1, and the R is a 9 inside a rabbit. So 9291 with the spirit, both moons, the Mars moon 92, the IT system, the electric system, the divided house of AR residency angel. What is an 8? 182736. So the B letter, are they talking about twin moons because they're putting the B letter as a design, or are they talking about two? How can I mention this? Because of the design of the Y letter and the B is the reverse, I always look at it as the Capricorn reverse. What I mean by that is, how can I say this? The Y letter is the 25th letter. 2 times 5, 2 plus 5. 5, anything multiplied by 5 chops it in half. Anything, just give me a second. Anything multiplied by 2 builds it back up to what 5 reduced, and 5 and 2 creates the heart. 52 is the rabbit. So it seems like it shrinks it down and compacts it, and it delivers the message. It takes you, it doesn't take you, it just takes your vibration, your word, and it casts it out. I'm just going to get a little bit more water upstairs. So one of the other things I want to just mention, in Hebrew, this is what the Hebrew letter bet looks like here. It just stops here. Sometimes they show this, sometimes they don't. This part over here. For me, when I asked them to build the moons in the ocean, and I says whatever the moons are renowned for, you show me. I'd ask ChatGPT, and this is what they told me. Okay, whatever's in these moons, I don't know, right? Madame Curie tells me something because Mercury and Curie goes together. The venue of Venus, 2, 4, 6, and 8, because it's the sun venue, right? US is 665, 565. Now, what does it create? 1 through 4. The N letter is your DNA altogether. This is the 12, 1 and 2 altogether. This is created from 13. This is first created from 7, 6. 1 times 6, 1 plus 6, 7, 6, which is a 6, 1, 6 connect. Everything gets split when you're born, right? You become the crossing, right? Down from the top and over, you become the 9 that's added into the cube. They give you a backbone, right in Rubik's Cube. See the way the sun is powered up over here? Power up, and right from the oceans. Let me see what I'm up next. I'm going to get a glass of water. I think I want to pick up all this. Let me show you how this stuff spilt out. Let me show you what happened here. It's for myself also. I'm not just showing you. When I show things off, I have to show myself off to myself. So this is what happened. I pushed it off. I left it here. I put it like very smartly. I put it here, you know, and then I pushed it there. Then this spilled and then it fell in there. I got like gems in there, you know, and then it fell onto the floor. So I'm going to pick that up. I'm going to put up another picture here. See, we had this person today that came out, and this is pretty cool because I'm going to be working on this also. Now, I'm not sure if this is the ancient Aztec, but you can take a look inside. You can see ABUO, you know, with the lines, but I'm not sure if they're talking about the straight lines, 10, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 50, 55, 60, 10, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. I'm trying to understand how they're counting. But anyways, I want to work on something like this. You can see AUCG, right, which is the airwave, the divided C and G, 7 and 3 again, right? 1373, 1373, 68.5. So, yeah, and then there's another wheel. The chess game. Here's another thing. You notice the queen and the king? They're on both 4 and 4, but one is in a white and one is in a darker one. But they're both on the split board, a 4 by 4 by 4. But is it a 4 by 4 by 4? Or is it a 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32 for half a board? Or a 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64 for a whole board? 1 and 2, duplication, Mars and Earth association. And of course, as you clean up, a few things will fall on the floor. I think I have, oh yeah. Keep them falling on the floor. Pick them up one at a time. You know, with science is a little bit like clumsiness. You know what I'm saying? You always make the weirdest discoveries when you're not trying. Yeah, I think I'm going to do something easier. You know what it is? This whole thing turns upside down, right? So it weighs nothing. I'm just going to flip it upside down. Give me a minute. See, I flipped it all into the garbage, eh? Now I gotta go in the garbage. Get out of the garbage and not take any of the garbage with me. I'll be with you in a minute. We're on a commercial cleanup break. This is like the hockey game. They threw too many hats on the ice, right? You gotta clean the hats up. Okay, so that's done. Yeah, I'm gonna take a break. Let's take a break for a couple of minutes. We'll go upstairs, get some water. Any questions? Somebody's got to have a question. I can't keep coming here 12 hours a day and not have any questions, but it's okay. I'll have to just talk to myself. See, when I don't have any questions, right, I should just put in the background, don't bother asking, because I'm not going to look. I can't, it's hardly impossible for me to look inside my mind for information, even if I have it written down, right? I'm always scrolling. I'll always like to see something new that's sticking out there, right? And also to note, you can see yourself, see the horse, different color. Everybody's on a different color, right? So what else can we put up here? Yeah, we'll leave it at this for the break. You know, it's funny because Hercules, right? The the CLUS in Hercules, right? The CLU in Hercules says 333. It's a connection, okay, between 7, 4, and 1. The 741 vibration is the vibration we run off for the 7 months of 31 days, the 4 months of 30 days, right? Are there any questions here? I did have a question. Oh, I did need to take a break. Wow. I had to answer this question. Somebody asked me. Wow. Hold on a second. Wow. Okay. Mathieu, je veux savoir si vous êtes avec nous autres. Yeah, somebody left me. I'm not sure if you can see these numbers. So somebody left me this. I haven't looked at it yet. I can't see everything. Oh, yeah, 2719, 2611, 3520, 829, 172. Man, I have to take this all apart and see what they're looking at. Oh, okay, okay. See, I see they're looking at the flower that it's 5, 5, 14, 23, 32. I know that. I have to take this apart. I'm not a mathematician. I just take things apart to see where they actually came from. Okay, this is from the roulette board. I can see. Okay, I know where it came from now. It's not so hard. The next one. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look at this. Too tired tonight to take a look at the. Okay, so just give me a minute. Okay, which one was new to you, Cynthia? Yo, Earth and Mars. I'll be back. What's up? Oh, I'm doing a live. I'm going to take a 10-minute break. It's really, the home silver just keeps staying around the same area. It's so strong. It's terrible. No, it shouldn't, but if there's all kinds of volume, I mean, these shots, where it drops, shot at a time, 2, 3 bucks in a shot, boom, 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 all the time, and takes out half. Yeah, it's very good. I mean, I'm just keep going down that way. It's trickling up slowly, but it always works down in like big lump sums. Now the question is, how many more of these lump sums do they add? Yeah, we do that. That's like 3, 4% drops every single time. It takes the whole day to go up. But it's been down all that. I mean, what is it? Since yeah, yeah. But from Monday, like the end of the week, I'd like to see it like finish at 85. uh, 5 days, 5 months. Really? 78, 97, 79. Yeah, it's not really. It takes time to place. So I'm just basically talking. I just don't have my computer to see the 4%. Yeah, 6%. Absolutely. Yeah, but 600,000 shirts, you want all these shirts. It's very little, it's a very easy once stock road. Yeah. 422. No. First of all, the shares don't matter. The ratio short is very good. When your target is about where we're at now, and that's very low. Dividend yield is still value. Yeah. Okay, this is only 4-to-1 here. According to the other ones that are 8 and 10-to-1, some of them are 2-to-1. Okay, then I gotta go back to my video. I want to see this one over here. This one is 11-to-1. Oh yeah, it's half of what the other ones are. In accordance to over book value. It's half of the other ones. I'll call you back. Yeah. Okay, where are we with this? How's everybody doing? Okay, what do you mean by the keypad and yo? Yo, I like to look at it as Y is 3 and O is 4. What is, yeah, 420 is the 80, yes. 420, but yo is yo 11 for the students, 7 times 7, 7 plus 7. The yo is, they always call out yo 11. I don't know why. I'll tell you why in a minute. Just give me, I'll tell you why. I'm probably not going to stay on much longer. I have to get off and do a few things and come back. It's 2:22. Why do they scream out Yo 11 in craps in Canada? Because élève sounds like student, right? Yeah, the Yo is Earth and Mars inside the square. 1525. I think it's a combination of I think it's where they go blind. Let me just see something. Yeah, this is where we can get the 11 boy. There's so many things that direct 11 towards the student, the 11 towards the boy, where it directs Virgo and Pisces and the connection to the male sperm all together to the moon and towards the silver gates. Yeah, I don't know why. Why do they say yo 11 craps? So instead of 11, they say yo 11 or just yo for the number 11. Now, yo in numbers is 40, but for me, it's actually 7 within the word. The Y I look at as a 3, the O I look at it as a 4. Now, this is a personal thing, but also Y is the 25th letter for 2-5 Earth Heart, and O is the 15th letter for what is 1/4 of the clock, or what is for 51 Mars, 2 fire signs, other than an Earth fire when it comes to, hold on a second, Y25, O15, 7, 6, 2 minus 5 is 3, and 1 minus 5 is 4. Earth and Mars come together through the spirit of 76. You see, Y25, O15, 1 and 5, 6, Mars, Earth, 7, 5 minus 2, 5 plus 2, 5 minus 1, 5 plus 1 equals 3 and 4. Earth and Mars come together, minus 1 because it's a split house, right? So if we went to take the 25 or the 52 and we want to conjunction it, this is a single letter, so I'll be missing 2. It'll be 2 and 7 coming together. Here, right, this is going to be the reverse, the 15th letter. So this is going to be L, it's going to be 3. Inside this, we don't see a 3 over here. It's the reverse alphabet. Here's your 3, like in the word love. Here's your association, your ABC in one house. In the upper house, it's F, G, H, and I. I'm not going to use the E for now, okay? Because we can use the AD for an E. When we have FGH, FGH is like A, B, C, FGH. Should I be using 6, 7, and 8 instead of 1, 2, 3? Or is it GHI with BCD? This is the highest, this is the highest. Should I put the highest with the lowest? 24 and 630, 23 and 730, 22 and 830, 21 and 2930, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 months of 30 days. So you can see that we can associate these with these and then reassociate to reach 31 for the 31 days. Now the question is, there are 7 months of 31 days. Can I get something out of it to create that? Or did I just step out of my boundaries for a minute? So we have this association, we have this association. I'm just bringing up skeleton realities. In the cardinal house, okay, in the cardinal house, we will start at 1 and end at 34. We start at 1 and we end at, whoop, why did I jump over 34? Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, I'm just going to do this again. So in the cardinal house, you start at 1, you end up at 34. Your first one, your last one. But the house begins as first as last is 16 for the first 18. And then it starts at 19 and goes over to 34. And this is in the cardinal house. In the fixed house, you start at 2. You go over to 17. This is going to be Leo. This is going to be Cancer. When you go over here, and the second side of the fixed house is 20. The 20th is going to be Scorpio. We're going to end at 35. 36 is going to be Pisces, so it ends at Aquarius. 3 and 5 is 8. 1 and 7 is 8. So what is the difference? 16, that's going to be Cancer. 34 is going to be Capricorn. 17 is going to be Leo. And 35 is going to be Aquarius. How do I get this? Go around the zodiac more than once and come back to the beginning. So each zone, when you come to your 36, your cardinal sign will end at 34, your fixed sign will end at 35, and your mutable will end at 36. You reconnect, and your second cube comes in at 37, 38, 39. That's where the second cube comes in. But then you have to go on to, hold on a second. Okay, we have to get this whole area, the 1, and then you have to do, so the cube reconnects over here at 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42. So what has to happen is 35 meets 38 here. 37 over here, right? We'll meet over here in 1. And then we're going to crisscross 39 to 1 to create your 40, your new 40 zone. This here is located here in here. See this over here? Your first cube goes here. Your second cube goes here, and it reconnects here. See? Y over Y. See, but it's not supposed to be a Y. It's supposed to be a Y over X, so this one's no good. Unless I flipped it upside down, my end and my beginning must be like that. And then if I do flip it upside down, it'll be X versus X or Y and Y. I don't know what it's going to do. I don't do it because you flip it upside down, right? Or you can flip it upside down and twist it. So it'll give you 2 results. Because either I can go 37, 38, 39. I can start over at 1, 2, 3. I can do anything, right? I have to look at it. If you're looking down over here, this is what happened when they separated the penny from the dime. This is another way of connecting it together. But listen, I think this is what I'm going to do. My nephew's leaving for very soon, so I'm going to be taking a few minutes off and spending it with him. I'm going to come back. Yeah, 39, yes. So meet the team. Meta, meet the team. It's a paradise. Very good, yes. And inside Meta, you can also put M Eta, which is 1000 Eta. So we're going to have to go back a long time ago. You remember they made that machine? It was the Edna machine or something. Well, D and T are basically the same thing. Just T is the fifth dimension of D. And D is 500, so call it 2500 in T. But let's not forget one thing. The initial piece that we build with, if it becomes one of the initial parts, then what is T20 will be 4 plus 16 to equal to the 20. It's added on to and becomes with the addition of. I just want to say that I'm here now, and I should put on here that I'm going to be back in like 20 minutes because that's what it's going to be. I can leave it open. Everybody go away, do what you want. I'm very thirsty, and I definitely need to have a drink, and my back is sore, and I have no excuse, but I don't want to shut it down right now. or maybe I shouldn't come back. Up to you. You know what? Let's give it 20 minutes. Let's give it 20 minutes. Actually, what? 11 o'clock, I'm back.